Every night here on Fox 9 News at 9, we like to take a closer look at the weather and maybe even learn a few things while we're at it. So let's head on over to the weather expert, Scott Dorval. We're still talking about when you can get some extreme weather, and springtime's typically that time.
Yeah, that's right. You can get that in a lot of places. So I want to look at some of the kind of the quirky things that spring has to offer here in the Northwest. And one thing that happens, one of the typical things that occurs in spring, you start to get a little more powerful sunshine there. High evaporation in spring. You get increased warming, so the soil is drying out quicker. Notice our need for sprinklers, certainly when it's not raining, of course. And then you get the dry winds blowing. You just start to get into that summer mode, but we're not quite there yet because you can get the big temperatures swings from cold to warm. So I wanted to talk about the seasonal significance, halfway points. That's where we are, by the way. Yesterday was the halfway point between spring and the summer solstice. And so we're getting there, folks. And remember, the temperatures lag behind the season because it takes a while for the sun to warm things up. And so the hottest day of the year is not necessarily in the first day of summer. It is a little bit later. But remember, the UV rays that you get, the strongest sunshine is right here. And it's just as strong as sunshine on May 5th as it is on August 5th. So keep that in mind. And after August 5th, it is not nearly as strong because, again, that sun angle is dropping back down. So hail, we talked a lot about hail. That's another thing that happens more typically in the spring, and here's why. The cold air is still hanging around. The freezing level is lower, and so the hail is dropping into milder air only for a shorter distance. So it's more likely during the months of May and June, while in the summer it's much warmer aloft. The freezing level is higher, and the hail will tend to melt, so it's less likely in late July and August. So we are in the hail season. If you want to go out and look for some hailstones and measure them, this is the time to do it.
This is the time to do it. All right, Scott, thanks.
Yeah.
Well.